Hey, old man, give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Oh boy, never a dull day in politics, huh? You know, we had a couple weeks there where the news cycle seemed like it was slowing down and then boom, it gets real exciting real quick. And this story here, this little situation with Leticia James, honestly, out of everything going on, I think this is the story that is giving me the most joy, the most personal satisfaction. Karma is hitting hard. It's beautiful, it's poetic. You know, this corrupt woman ran one of the most despicable election interference and lawfare campaigns, and now it's all coming crumbling down. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up, as it turns out that she committed the very crimes that she falsely accused him of. And now it's all coming back to haunt her. Internet sleuths and the media are digging up all her past statements, all the old clips, and exposing Leticia James for what we've known she's been this entire time. I mean, Leticia James is a villain, pure and simple. It's clear to anybody who could judge one's character by their actions and their tone and the things that they say that Leticia James is a self-interested sociopath who engaged in one of the most malicious lawfare campaigns imaginable, and she seemingly looked gleeful throughout the entire process, as if it gave her great joy to be engaging in this horrible behavior. And like I said, it's all falling apart now. It's all being exposed. Let me update you guys on everything that's going on here, and also show you guys Leticia James's response. Yeah, let's just say she looks a little bit, you know, just a tad bit nervous. She's freaking melting down. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so like I said, the pressure is on, and the media sharks are now circling. The vultures are flying in circles around this political carcass. You know, it's all coming back to light.
Well, the tables have turned. New York Attorney General Leticia James, who on Valentine's Day of last year posted this message to President Trump. Roses are red, violets are blue. No one is above the law, even when you think the rules don't apply to you. How sweet. But, you know, she's in some hot water. The U.S. Federal Housing Agency is sending a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi to investigate James for alleged mortgage fraud, for allegedly, in multiple instances, falsifying bank documents and property records to acquire government-backed assistance and loans and more favorable loan terms. President Trump commented on the news, having this to say. Leticia James, a totally corrupt politician, should resign from her position as New York State Attorney General immediately. Everyone is trying to make New York great again, and it can never be done with this wacky crook in office.
All her old posts, all her grandstanding, it's all coming back to haunt her. And the narrative is now crystal clear. Leticia James's case against Trump was 100% politically motivated. The corruption was obvious from the beginning. I mean, she was literally running back in 2018 on a campaign promise to investigate and indict Donald Trump. That was the day one mission.
NBC News has exclusively learned that the newly elected incoming New York Attorney General plans to launch some sweeping investigations into President Trump, into his family. Leticia James tells NBC News, quote, "We will use every area of the law to investigate President Trump and his business transactions and that of his family as well." She plans to look into the following: Donald Trump's real estate holdings in New York, that June 2016 Trump Tower meeting with a Russian official, any government subsidies that Donald Trump received, whether he's in violation of the Emoluments Clause, the Trump Foundation.
But at the time, I mean, that was celebrated, at least in the left-wing space. But what it really was an early admission of guilt. Leticia James wasn't interested in justice. No, she was interested in doing the Democrat Party's dirty work to advance her own personal interests. And she did it in the most blatant and frankly idiotic way possible. Because throughout the entire charade, she never shut up. She kept talking and taunting and bragging and flexing as she basked in the spotlight and tried to make it all about her. And that's what's really coming back to haunt her. It's not just the post from the earlier video that I played, it's also gems like this one. She posted this during the 2024 election. Quote, "When powerful people cheat to get better loans, it comes at the expense of hardworking people. Everyday Americans cannot lie to a bank to get a mortgage, and if they did, our government would throw the book at them." Oh, whoa, that's an interesting standard. People can't lie to the bank to get a mortgage, huh? And the government should throw the book at them. Oh, well, I guess that standard must still apply. I wonder if her position has changed now that it's her on the chopping block. Yeah, Leticia James is accused of doing exactly that, lying to a bank to get a better mortgage rate, falsifying records, claiming that this new Virginia property that she bought was her main residence, while at the same time, she had another property in Brooklyn listed as her main residence. Not to mention, she also allegedly listed her father as her husband to score marriage benefits. Fraud. Clear, undeniable fraud. Prosecutable fraud. And not mistruths or accidents. No straight up verifiable lies in her mortgage application. You don't just accidentally list your father as your husband. Boy, oh boy, is she in big trouble. I mean, based on some legal analysis that I've seen, she could be facing up to 30 years if the feds were to throw the book at her, as she herself suggested, in cases like this. Leticia James is in big trouble, and you could tell that she knows it because she is absolutely melting down. She just showed up at a speaking event after the reports hit, where she kind of directly, but I guess also indirectly, responded to the story, and yeah, it's giving desperation, unhinged, I'm in big trouble vibes.
My mission is clear. I'm focused. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I've been trained by the best. I went to Howard University that overturned legal segregation in this country. I've been taught in those classrooms where Thurgood Marshall once taught. I'm not afraid of no president. Donald Trump, we're ready for you. We're coming for you. We're standing up for you. We're fighting on. We're not going down silent. Victory, my friends, is clear. It's now. And I'm not waiting 4 years. I'm waiting 2. Until a speaker by the name of Hakeem Jeffries comes to bring us some rest. Come on, ladies, it's up to us. We saved this democracy before, we'll save it now. Let's go!
I'm focused. I'm prepared. I went to Howard University. I've been trained by the best. I'm not afraid of Donald Trump. What the hell does that have to do with anything, Leticia? What does going to Howard University have to do with anything? Not to mention trained by the best? Howard University? Yeah, not exactly checking out logically, but it's obvious what she's doing, right? Textbook left-wing political grifting. The moment she's cornered, play the victim. Start yelling like she's in a civil rights documentary. Try to drum up the crowd and paint yourself as a victim of the Trump boogeyman. No, lady, that's not the way this works. You are the bad guy. You are the villain. You broke the law. You weaponized the justice system, and now you are likely going to face the consequences of your criminal, fraudulent activity. And the craziest part is not only is she in trouble personally, but her current title as New York Attorney General is also now coming into question, as well as the cases that she brought. You know, that primary case being the one she launched against the Trump administration, or rather the Trump organization.
If her residence is officially in a completely different state, her job is vacated, meaning she is not the Attorney General of the state of New York anymore. This case goes far beyond just who did she defraud when it came to some banks. It goes to what extent did she defraud the people of the state of New York? If she actually established her residence in a completely different state, New York state law dictates she's not allowed to be the Attorney General anymore. You are not allowed to hold public office in New York if you're not a resident of the state. And that would also mean that the ensuing prosecution of President Trump that took place just weeks later was itself a total scam for yet another reason, because she wasn't the lawful Attorney General of the state.
Yeah, New York state law requires that state officials be legal residents of the state. So if her real residence was in Virginia, that means that not only did she commit fraud, but she wasn't even legally allowed to hold her position as state attorney general, which means theoretically, possibly, her entire prosecution of the Trump organization could be deemed unlawful. Holy crap. The Leticia James house of cards is coming tumbling down in the most spectacular fashion, and honestly, I don't think it could have happened to a more deserving person. She is the absolute worst, just a bad actor, and she deserves every little bit of this scrutiny. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.